No.
Is that one stuck too?
Yeah, both stripped. You broke it.
Hey, I'm Jess Killinger, and this video is about some simple functional updates we did to our laundry room. I 100% blame our cats for everything you're about to see. So this whole project started because we bought a new rug for the living room. Unfortunately, we were keeping the cat litter in the living room behind a curtain. So before the rug got here, we had to move the litter because we didn't want the litter getting stuck in the rug. Since these are senior cats, we like to keep a litter box on each floor so they never have to climb the stairs to use the bathroom, and the only other place we can put the litter box on the first floor is the laundry room. We need more floor space in the laundry room for this to work, so we had to stack the washer and dryer. I started by completely emptying the laundry room because we had to rearrange the shelves to fit the stacked washer and dryer. We'll also need to install a longer power cord for the dryer and replace the lighting fixtures because that chandelier is in the way. While we're at it, I thought I might as well get a cabinet to put the litter box in and replace the existing curtain with blinds to match the rest of the house. Side note, I spent over a day planning how I could completely redo this room with paint, trim, new floors, new cabinets, and new coat hooks. And I quickly figured out that doing a full glow up would cost far more than I'm willing to spend on this room, especially when we're planning on moving the laundry room upstairs to be next to all the bedrooms sometime in the next few years. After everything was cleared out, I removed the shelves. I am not a fan of this shelving system, by the way. They are surprisingly tedious to adjust, and the way they look just flat out depresses me. I might upgrade them someday, but only if moving the laundry room doesn't happen relatively soon. After removing the shelves, I moved on to replacing the curtain with some 2-inch woodlook blinds. Initially, I just wanted to do this so the window would match the rest of the house, but I quickly realized that I had to do this so that the dryer can get closer to the wall because the new blinds will be flush with the wall. Removing the curtain rod did leave holes in the wall, and normally I would fix them, but it's a laundry room and I'm not worried about it right now. To screw the new brackets into the wall, I measured the blinds to find a good place for the brackets where they won't conflict with the gears. I used my drill to make pilot holes for the screws. Don't worry, I had a supervisor for this part. If you don't know what size drill you need, I always hold up the drill bit to the screw. You want to see the thread of the screw, but not the shaft. If you don't make pilot holes, you'll have a really hard time screwing into the wood frame behind the drywall. That's really the most difficult part of this install. After that, I just had to screw in the brackets. And then these blinds can just clip into place. They were inspected and approved by my supervisor, so I was good to move on. I figured since we're moving the washer and dryer, we might as well clean them. According to the user manual of my washer, draining and cleaning this drain pump should be done periodically, which is frustratingly vague, but I'm figuring that means anything between once to 4 times a year. It was gross, but I got it cleaned and called it a day. I started the next day by installing the new lights before I finished cleaning the washer and dryer, which proves I'll do just about anything to avoid cleaning. The previous owners installed this chandelier in the laundry room, but it has to come down or we can't stack the washer and dryer. I'm replacing it and the other light in the room with flush LED circles that resemble can lights. Ace tried to help, but he disagreed with the instructions. After trying to snack on them, he decided they worked best as a bed. Personally, I think he was being dramatic. These things are really easy to install. The hands down most important thing about changing a light fixture is to make sure the power is off at the circuit breaker while you're working. Don't just flip the switch in the room off. I use this voltage tester pin every time I'm doing anything involving electrical. That being said, please don't ever do any electrical work if you're unsure about what you're doing. There is zero shame in hiring a professional. And there are absolutely situations where I will hire someone to do electrical work, but I'll dive deeper into that discussion when I renovate our basement. For now, I'm happy with our new lights, and it's time to finish cleaning the washer and dryer before we stack them. The washer manual told me to use bleach to clean the rubber gasket, so I changed into painting clothes to clean that. Basically, I just read the manuals for both the washer and the dryer, and I did all of the standard cleaning steps that they recommended. All of these steps are important to keep your machines working correctly, but the two top priority things to clean regularly are the washer drain pump and the dryer vent ductwork. If the drain pump fails, you could be looking at flooding and major water damage to your home. And if the ductwork for your dryer vent isn't cleaned out regularly, it could become a major fire hazard. So please make sure to stay on top of these. After we moved the dryer away from the wall, we noticed that the baseboard on the exterior wall was completely detached. So we had to take a second to nail that in with some finishing nails. This was when we also noticed that the power cord for the dryer wouldn't be long enough to reach the plug after we stacked it. Luckily, dryer power cords are made to be replaceable in case the home has a different type of outlet or you need a longer cord. We had to wait a day or so until we could get that longer cord, but we decided to remove the old cord before stacking. That should have been easy, but the screws were stripped. I couldn't find our socket wrenches, so we used an adjustable one that didn't really work very well. Then this happened.
No.
Is that one stuck too?
Yeah, they're both stripped. You broke it.
Did I really?
You broke the plastic.
It was a clean break, so I decided to just super glue it back together. But we were still waiting on the new cord, so we stepped away from the power cord project and decided to stack the washer and dryer. Side note, Murphy's Law always applies in home renovations and updates. If anything can go wrong, it will. So before we started any of this work in the laundry room, I made sure that all of our laundry was washed. Stacking a washer and dryer is pretty straightforward, but you absolutely need to make sure you're following the manufacturer's directions. Most washer and dryers will have a separate stacking kit that you need to install. The one we needed was $35 and it had a grand total of 4 screws and 3 brackets. Following the instructions, we installed the first 2 brackets. Then we picked up the dryer and positioned it correctly on top of those brackets. This was actually a lot easier than I was expecting. I was sure it was going to be a 3-buddy project, but luckily I underestimated our strength. After the dryer was in place, we screwed in the last bracket. Once that was secured, I cleaned and repaired the flexible duct and reattached it to the dryer and to the wall. Then we just need to finish installing the new power cord before we could do laundry. I used the super glue gel to fix the plastic bracket that snapped while we were trying to remove the old cord. After that dried, I installed the new power cord. It's pretty straightforward to install these, and I was able to replace the most damaged screw with a spare one that was just to the left of the cord. I got the dryer plugged in, and we were able to scooch the washer and dryer into the corner. The last thing we did was buy a cabinet for the litter box. I removed the doors and added a curtain for the kitties. Eventually, I'll get a second matching cabinet for the sink and a countertop. But for now, I bought a 2x4 sheet of MDF and had it chopped down at the store to fit this 3-foot cabinet. This will serve as a surface to work on until we install the second cabinet and countertop. And with that, I'm calling this project done. We have a working washer and dryer, new lights, new blinds, a new place for the cat litter, and a new worktop to fold clothes on. It's not beautifully designed, but it's functional. And that's all the time and energy I'm willing to spend on this room at the moment. We're hoping that this space will eventually be converted into a mudroom and powder room. I'll give a more detailed look at those renovation plans in an upcoming video. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!